So since about the 50s or 60s, psychology has gone through various stages, and the general field of science at large has come to realize that some approaches are just straight pop psychology, and some things are quite sensationalized or hokey or woo-woo. And fortunately, over the last couple decades, it seems that a good bit of these have been looked at, or they were set aside for a good 40, 50 years or so, and now they're being looked at in much more detail, and we're realizing they have a lot of benefit. So one of those, obviously, psychedelics, psychedelic for therapy, PTSD, sorry I can't talk today, depression, anxiety, and obsessive compulsive disorder, showing a lot of success with those. That one's pretty obvious. Another one is hypnosis, and literally swinging a wand. Like we set that aside for a long time, thinking that was just nonsense, and I mean it looks pretty silly, so obviously like there's good reason for that. What we found is that it's not entirely nonsense. It only works for some people. This is something that works for, I think it's 60% of people. I may be wrong on that number. There's an easy way to test that. I believe the exercise is literally, if you look up at the sky and you try to close your eyes while you're looking up, like, or try to close your eyes slowly, and if your eyes flutter while you do that, then you won't be susceptible to hypnosis. Some crazy test like that is apparently extremely accurate. So there's really, really good science behind that. A lot of it's also related to eye movement desensitization. I believe that's what that's called. Moving the eye back and forth. Because there's so much neural real estate in the brain dedicated to the vision system. It's like like a fifth of the brain or something. That has so many branching connections to all of the other regions of the brain that you can kind of use the motion of the eyes, and you can kind of program the brain with the eyes using very specific patterns like these, which is really cool. Same thing with like the ping pong balls and the red light and that kind of meditation exercise. Really, really interesting. The kind of effects that we see from doing just really simple stuff like that. Another one is the brilliant research that we've seen from Ian McGilchrist's work. 2,000-page books that he's put together over the last 8 or so years that he's been researching this, the hemisphere difference. We thought for 40, 50 years or so that was largely pop psychology, and that it's just summarizing the brain as generalizing to say that the left side is all just creative and the right side left side is critical and the right side is creative. There is truth in that, but there is also incredible complexity and complex differences between the hemispheres that we've seen from hundreds and hundreds of studies of injuries and trade-offs between corpus callosum when that's been severed and things like that. Yeah. So those are the main ones, is EMDR / hypnosis, hemispheric differences, and psychedelics. Are there any other possibly previously thought of as pop psychology or sensationalized forms of psychology that you know of that you have seen as being re-examined in this way? Because I'm super stoked to look into this kind of stuff with this channel in the future and examine these approaches that were once thought to be holistic, that are actually having a lot of evidence seen behind them. That's so cool, because that allows us to like kind of reach back into our past, shake hands with our ancestors, and borrow the traditions from the ancients. So yeah, let me know if you want anything else in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe.